Hello, class. I welcome you to Direct Stars channel. Today we'll be looking at relative formula mass. By the end of the lesson, you should be able to calculate the relative formula mass of some compounds. Okay, we have treated how to get the atomic mass of elements from the periodic table when we treated the topic periodic table. When you pick your periodic table, you would notice two information from each element, okay, that you see. Take, for example, you have oxygen, okay. You would see a number up here, approximately 16, that's 15.9. And then you have another number down here as your subscript, okay. So the number down here, that is the subscript, is known as your atomic number, okay, while the number that is above is known as your atomic mass, okay. This is the atomic mass, and this is the atomic number, number 8, okay. So we'll be using our periodic table during the course of this lesson. So if you don't have yours with you, try to grab a copy and then play the video again. Okay, so the relative formula mass of a substance is the sum of the relative atomic masses of all the atoms shown in that formula. Okay, so we often call it formula mass. Okay, so in some texts you see it as formula mass, and in some texts you see it as relative formula mass. So for example, the formula of water is H2O. H2O. So H2O means we have these two belongs to hydrogen here. So it indicates that we have two atoms of hydrogen and just one atom of oxygen. So if we are to get the formula mass of water, what we will do is, first of all, get the atomic mass of hydrogen from our periodic table. When you check your periodic table, you would notice that the atomic mass of hydrogen is 1. Okay, so we'll say 1 brackets 2, because we have 2 hydrogen atoms. Then plus, remember we said the relative formula mass of a substance is the sum, that is the addition of all the relative atomic masses of the atoms present in the formula. So the atoms present here are 2 atoms of hydrogen and 1 atom of oxygen. So oxygen, if you check your periodic table, like we illustrated earlier, the atomic mass for oxygen is 16. So we write 16, and it's just 1 oxygen we have. So there's no need indicating any brackets here, because 1 times any number remain the same. Okay, so we'll resolve this mathematically. 2 times 1 will give us 2 plus 16, and that will give us 18. So the formula mass of water is actually 18. Okay, so we have other examples we can look out for. Let's pick sulfuric acid, for example. The formula for sulfuric acid is given as H2SO4. Okay, so the information we can get here is that we have 2 atoms of hydrogen, 1 atom of sulfur, and then 4 atoms of oxygen. So when we check their respective masses from the periodic table and sum them up, we get the formula mass. So let's go. Hydrogen, like we did in the previous example, the atomic mass is 1. So place brackets 2 in front, indicating we have 2 atoms of hydrogen. And then for sulfur, if you check sulfur, the mass of sulfur on the periodic table, you'll get 32. Okay, and we have just 1 atom of sulfur here. So we just write 32. There's no need putting any number in parentheses in this case because the number of sulfur we have is just 1. So oxygen is 16 from the periodic table, and we have 4 atoms of oxygen here. So we put bracket 4, and then we resolve this mathematically. 1 times 2 is 2 plus 32, and then plus 16 times 4. 16 times 4 is 64. Okay, so when you add all this up, you get 98 as the formula mass of sulfuric acid. So class, you can see it's pretty easy getting the formula mass of compounds. Okay. What about the formula mass of just a metal, like copper, in the example we have here? Since copper is not bonded to any other element in this case, the formula mass will remain the same as the atomic mass, which is just 63.5. Okay, which is 3.5. So take note. We have several examples you can try your hands on. Okay, so I'll be expecting you to write out some of these compounds we have in the notes. We have magnesium nitrate. That is, I'm talking about the question number 3. Okay, we have magnesium nitrate, ammonium sulfate, ammonia, and nickel. I want you to look at these formulas. The formulas are given. Get their formula mass and bring it to class next time we meet. Okay, so thank you for watching. This is Direct Stars. Remember to subscribe and like this video so that you'll be able to get subsequent videos from us as soon as they drop. Once again, thank you for listening. Bye.